Hi students, welcome to the video of 18CS51, that is management entrepreneurship for IT industry. So today we will discuss about the procedures, budgets, everything. So we'll start with procedures. Okay, so what is procedures? Because already we have studied in the previous video about the policies. So after policies, now procedures. So what are procedures? So we will see that what is a procedure. A procedure provides a detailed set of instructions for performing a sequence of actions involved in doing a certain piece of work. So it is a very simple definition that given here for the procedure. So a procedure provides a detailed set of instructions for performing a sequence of actions involved in doing a certain piece of work. So to do a certain piece of work, when they are giving some set of instructions, those instructions we are calling as procedure. Okay, so what are the advantages for the procedures? So the procedures indicate a standard way of performing a task. So when there are giving some procedures, there is set of instructions in the order, then anybody can follow the particular order of this particular instructions, then there will be no confusion. Okay, so it indicates a standard way of performing a task. So anybody, they have to perform task in the same standard way, point by point, based on the set of instructions which they are giving. So the result in implication and elimination of waste. So whatever the waste will be there, that waste will be very less because of this procedure, because they are following the set of instructions. So procedure improves the efficiency of employees. So definitely this procedure will improve whatever the efficiency is there by the employee, it will improve automatically because they are following these set of instructions. So there will be no confusion, there will be no duplicate work. Procedures serve as a tool of control by enabling managers to evaluate the performance of their subordinates. So whatever they are performing by their subordinates, so these the supervisors or the managers can evaluate the performance, or they can evaluate the work of the subordinates. So these are the advantages with the procedures. Next, methods. So what is a method? A method is a prescribed way in which one step of procedure is to be performed. So whatever they are giving in procedures, set of instructions they are giving, the method is in which method they are following, because there will be so many methods. So which step or which method they are following to perform that particular job. So a method is a prescribed way in which one step of procedure is to be performed. It means an established manner of doing an operation. So in which way you are doing operation efficiently and effectively is nothing but method. So methods help in increasing the effectiveness and the usefulness of the procedures. All methods will help the increasing of the effectiveness and the usefulness of the procedures. So by improving methods, reduced fatigue, better productivity and lower cost can be achieved. So the main advantage of these methods are there will be reduction of the confusion, and productivity will increase automatically, and the cost will be reduced. So the methods are very useful to reduce the cost and increase the productivity. Rules. The rules are the simplest and most specific type of standing plans. So they will frame the rules. Any organization, what they do is they frame the rules. So in the while framing the rules, they they think about the strategic plan, that is not standing plans, that is nothing but like which rules will support for our plans, which rules will give us more benefit to the company to achieve the objectives in the future early. So those things will be considered. The rules are detailed and recorded instructions that a specific action must or must not be performed in a given situation. Rules are detailed and recorded instructions that a specific action must be or must not be performed in a given situation. Rules are more rigid than policies. So policies are different, rules are more rigid, because a rule is rule for everybody, so they cannot avoid the rule, or they cannot cross the rules. So whatever the rule is there, for example, for a company 60% should be there in their degree to get it into the job. So the person who is having 59.5, the company will not accept because their rule cannot accept for that particular thing, because they are having some certain rules. So as per the, so rules are more rigid than policies. Rules generally pertain to the administrative area of a procedure. So rules demand strict compliance. Their violation is generally associated with some sort of disciplinary action. So whenever a person is crossing their rules and they are not following the rules, then automatically there will be some sort of disciplinary action has to be taken. So the rules generally pertain to the administrative area of a procedure. So generally, like whatever the procedure will be there, it is also similar to the procedure actually, and it will follow the under the procedure. So rules demand strict compliance. Their violation is generally associated with some sort of disciplinary action. So whomever they cross the rules, then they will take the disciplinary action also. These are the rules. Next, programs. So programs are precise plans or definite steps in proper sequence which need to be taken to discharge a given task. So see, these are also like one type of rules only. Like these are the programs, precise planned programs. It lay down the time to be taken for completion of each step. So it will be like different programs. Next. So it is essential ingredients are time pricing and budgeting. Like what is budgeting, everything will come to know. So the budgets. So budgets are generally like as you might heard many times, like whenever the month of February, March will come, the state budget as well as the even central budget they will release, right? So the budget is nothing but for the future period. So they will allocate the funds for different areas. That is nothing but budget. Okay. So a financial or quantitative statement prepared prior to definite period time. So generally, like state government and central government, what they do is from April 1st to March 31st, they will consider as the financial year for the state and central government in India. So they will release the budget in the month of February or March for the next year, that is from April 1st to next year March 31st. So here they are mentioning the same thing, definite time period. So definite period time of the policy to be pursued during that particular period for the purpose of obtaining a given objective. So to reach the objective, how much they are allocating the budget for that particular thing is nothing but a budget. Okay. It provides a standard by which a budget is a statement of expected results expressed in quantitative terms, that is rupees, hours, production units, and so on. It provides a standard by which actual operations can be measured and variation could be controlled. It means that, see, for example, the production company, when it comes to production company, what the production company will do is production company will allocate the budget for the, for example, production process. After that, marketing purpose, marketing and sales purpose, cash budget, revenue budget, expenses budget, recruitment budget, everything will be there in that for the certain period of the maybe 6 months or 1 year, or it may be 2 years. So the budgets are for the future period, whatever the expenses incurred, now itself they'll allocate some funds for the future period is nothing but budget. So the steps in planning: establishing verifiable goals or set of goals to be achieved, establishing planning premises, internal and external premises, tangible and intangible premises, controllable and non-controllable premises. So these are the steps. Okay. Next, what are the internal and external premises? So internal premises are whatever the inside the organization, whatever the things will be, it may be related to the labor, investment policies, management, sales, forecast, everything will come inside the organization. When it comes to external, so various things will be there in the external premises here is like government policy. The government policy, the internal people cannot do anything with the external policy. Okay. Because whenever the government is taking new policy, like as earlier we have taken the example of polymer company, that is plastic covers. When the government is banning, the plastic covers manufacturing company cannot take any decision. They have to close that. Okay, because it is internal, but the government is external. The same way, when the customer is not ready to buy your product, customer is outside, so you cannot do anything. Like you can convince, but he is not able to convince, then you cannot do anything. So all those things will come under the external premises. So what are the steps involved in planning? So some of the steps in planning is like lead time in development and commercialization of new product, time required to recover capital investment or payback period, length of commitment already made. So all these things will be there in the steps. Okay, so lead time for the development and the commercialization of new product. Whenever they want to do the new project, some time they required, and time required even for the capital investment and payback period. Like they are getting raw material from the raw material supplier, so payback period maybe like 30 days credit will be there, so they have to pay back within the 30 days time, like that. So length of commitments already made, like whatever the commitments already there, maybe for paying, maybe receiving anything, they have to complete that. And also finding alternative course of action, evaluating and selecting a course of action, like developing derived plans, measuring and controlling the progress. All those things will come under these steps. Okay, so these are the related to the planning. So thank you.